Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman, Wargamer. It's an open the box and it's an unboxing of another game I picked up at PunchCon here in the UK, and it is Phantom Fury, Iraq, November the 9th, 2004, the second battle for Fallujah, designed by Laurent Closier, illustrations Thomas Pushin and Nicholas Roblin, and published by Nuts Wargames. So what's all this about? This solitaire game simulates at tactical scale some of the fighting waged by US forces during the month of November 2004 to secure the city of Fallujah and crush insurgent resistance. Now, there's quite a lot of text here, so I'll just pick bits out. You can always pause the video, of course, to read the rest at your leisure. The game focuses on the fighting of the 3rd Battalion, 1st Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division in the Jolan district in the northwest part of the city on the morning of 9th of November 2004. Player controls the United States Marine Corps troops, while the system handles the insurgents. The map includes part of the Jolan district, divided into 61 zones of approximately 50 by 50 meters and sections of road of equal size. Each zone is made up of several locations: open ground, courtyard, first story, second story, rooftop, represented by boxes that are used to manage movement. Tracks and charts are also on the map edges. Down here, the game lasts for a maximum of 16 turns, each representing about 15 minutes of real time. Each turn begins with a variable cycle of United States Marine Corps support missions. Then, a reinforcement phase allows the player to enter extra troops onto the map at the cost of victory points. Each squad then has the opportunity to fire or move. And it goes on to explain the rest of the turn, but there we are. Here we can see a bit of the map and some of the counters. And in the box, we've got 94 5/8 of an inch and 125 half-inch counters, one 24 by 32 inch map, two player aids, rules booklet, and one 10-sided die. Players 1, of course, ages 14 plus, time 120 minutes. Right, let's get the shrink wrap off. The shrink wrap is off, so let's open the box. Here's our 10-sided die and a couple of Ziploc baggies. And then we've got the rules. So let's have a look at those. Here's the rule book, full color, sort of shiny paper, sort of thinnish magazine type paper. It's 20 pages, I believe, yep, of actual rules. And the last few pages at the end is a game turn example. So we'll have a quick look through this. If you want more details, just pause the video and have a read. So we've got a table of contents. That's right. Forward, introduction, opponents, all about the zones, egress routes. This is where the baddies retreat, types of locations, streets. And this little icon on the map tells you which zones are adjacent to that street, how the counters work. This is the counter when the Marine squad has suffered no casualties, and here a step loss occurs on the back of the counter. Security elements, M1A1 Abrams support. CAT, Combined Anti-Armor Team Support. Hero markers. And then the Iraqi troops. And then the insurgents, two types, it looks like, guerrillas and martyrs. Martyrs are a bit nasty. Don't think they retreat, they fight to the end. Suspect markers, how you activate them in normal zones and fortified zones, how they're removed. Then the setup. Victory conditions for the insurgents or the Marines. Sequence of play. Then it goes through that. So the first part of the game sequence is the support phase. An example of that. The insurgent reaction to that. The Marine reinforcement phase. How that works. And then the combat phase. Movement is explained here. With stacking. How to move within a zone. Moving from one zone to the other. Crossing a street. Movement of the M1A1 Abrams supports. Defensive fire. Example here of a street crossing. So it's quite an involved sequence of play, but appears to be explained very well in this rule book. We've got the assault phase. An example there. Example of flooding. So this flooding is when the area or structure is flooded with Marines. IED attack. Retreat. Here's an example of that. Isolation, explosives. And then at the end, the reorganization phase, some optional rules. A little bit about historical variant and other sources, and then we're into the game turn example. Which all seems very good. There we are. Them's a quick look at the rules. Then we've got a couple of player aids. We'll have a quick look at those. Here's the first one, showing you the setup and then the detailed sequence of play, which continues on the back. Then some miscellaneous information at the bottom. And the second player's aid shows you all the tables you'll need. Next up, a couple of sheets of counters. Here's the first sheet. We can see here the guerrillas, fire counters, turn markers. I believe these are used when the Marines control one of the buildings. These are the suspect markers. And on the other side, we've got those nasty martyrs. Here's the second sheet. By the way, these are all pre-rounded, so we'll just pop out ready to play. These, I think, are to do with combat. These are for Phantom Fury events. These, I believe, as I said earlier, I think these are used when Marines control an area of the map. And here are those combined anti-armor teams. And on the other side, we have zones that are activated. Could be a strong point. I think once they're controlled, these counters are turned over. Could be wrong, but we'll wait and see. But that's the counters. Last up is the map. So let's have a look at that. So here's the map. Can't quite get it all in. Paper map, so excuse the creases. We'll put this under a bit of plexi when we come to play it. But here, hopefully you can see all the zones and the buildings within them. think that's a courtyard, first, second floor, and the roof. I believe you can jump across onto another roof if that building is adjacent. And within each zone, you can see these markers, and most of them do say insurgents control. So the Marines have got to try and clear as much of this map as they can. Here are the egress routes I mentioned earlier where the insurgents will retreat. So they'll firstly try and retreat, I believe, into this one, 45, if not 46, or over here. Have a bit of a zoom in. So up the top, we've got a helpful little info box showing you the zones, how they work out with all their different lines and dashes, the zone ID, the egress routes, line of fire, and the location, how you enter it and how you get up to the next location, or down to the next location in that case. Over on the right, we've got the turn track and the VP track here. And right down the bottom, we have some boxes. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure what these mean. And over on the left, some tracking boxes for the Hornet, Super Cobra, and the Dragon Eye. That's it. That's everything in the box. So this has been an Open the Box, a quick unboxing and look through of a solo game from Nuts Wargames, Phantom Fury, designed by Laurent Closier and illustrations by Thomas Puchin and Nicholas Roblin. Apologies if I've mispronounced your names, but I hope you enjoyed that and found it interesting. If you did, and you haven't done so already, it would be great if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Really does help. The other thing, of course, that helps is pushing the like button, the thumbs up at the bottom of the video. That tickles the old algorithm. And if you want to be informed of other content the channel uploads, then make sure you push the bell, but push all notifications, otherwise naughty old YouTube might forget to tell you. As always, I encourage you to leave a comment. I haven't had time to have a good look through the rules yet, but it does look like, even though this is a solitaire game, there's a little bit of crunch to it. But what do you think? Let me know, because I love to read them. As always, thanks to my subscribers. Thank you so much. And as always, just before I go, a little plug that if you want to support the channel a little bit further, you can. You can buy the channel a coffee, and there's a link for that in the description. And many thanks if you purchase a beverage for me. Well, that's it. This is another one that's in the queue to be played. I'm going to try my best after a sort of barren patch of not many videos coming out on the channel due to real life situations. Hoping to get back into it. So I hope you can join me for the next video. But until then, as always, you take care and goodbye.